Good morning, my lovelies. Welcome back to my channel, Melly's Yarn and Book Adventures. My name is Melly, and this is the channel where I speak about everything that is knitting, crocheting, and books, spinning, yarns, fibers, and anything else crafty that has caught my fancy. I know I was supposed to be doing March Madness, and I did start, but craziness ensued, so I could not continue with it. So I apologize that it got stopped abruptly. My husband took some time off from work, like every week. Like he would take like a whatever. My kids were at home sick and work. I start working during days again, the mornings. So my schedule at work has changed, and it was just a lot of stuff. And then I just did not have I did not have the energy to pick up the camera and turn it on and talk to you. Not that I didn't want to. I just, as you can see, I look a hot mess. And at the moment, I don't care. It is 7:30 in the morning. And I'm just like, ooh, yeah, this is take it or leave it. Anyway, like my husband had taken a couple days off every week. Just because he was starting to feel a little run down. His job is very physical. And then last week, my son was sick. Don't worry, it wasn't the C word. It was basically the change of weather here in the lovely land of Philly. I don't know what it's like in other places, but spring has sprung, but it has not sprung. One day it's like 60 some odd degrees and beautiful and sunny and warm. The next day it's freezing cold and raining. Or just freezing cold. One Sunday we had snow. It was just, the weather was just crazy, and you don't know how to dress. Even though my son wears this uniform to school and everything, it's cold. And it's like allergies and a cold. So due to the C word, which we're not going to speak about, because you manifest when you speak about things you don't want to happen. Monday I kept him home. He was just like all stuffed up. He's like, Mommy, my head hurts. I figured, oh, it's a head cold. It was all sniffly. Tuesday he woke up. He was a little bit warm. I said, okay, I'm gonna keep you home. By Wednesday I texted his teacher and said, look, I'm just going to keep him home for all week. It's not, I tested him. He's vaccinated. It's not this. But, even though masks are worn in school and everything, he's stuffy and it's going to be uncomfortable for him. And I would just rather keep him home until all of that starts to pass. So he went to school this morning just fine. Now I'm all stuffy and whatever. My other daughter, my oldest child, is all stuffed up, but she went to school fine. Like, she's like, whatever. She took a test last night. She took a photo of it to show school, like, I'm negative. I'm also vaccinated. This is just change of weather allergies and all that good jazz. Anyway. Oh, and the other thing that kept me away was, it's been about 3 weeks. So 3 weeks ago, I woke up on a Monday morning. The back of my neck and right here, I felt like I slept funny. Okay, I slept funny. Oh, put some icy hot, or Bengay or whatever it is. It's icy hot and Tylenol. I have icy hot and I have Tylenol arthritis rubber, whatever it is. So I was interchanging those throughout the day. Woke up the next morning, this was gone, but it was all up in here and all in the back of my shoulder. So I'm like, okay, is it a muscle? Heating pad rest. Wasn't knitting a lot. I had to knit something, but I could only do it for about 10 minutes at a time. Week went by. I'm like, okay, it started getting worse. Call my doctor. Doctor's like, go to the urgent care. Went to the urgent care. They're like, oh, it's muscular. Here's some muscle relaxers and whatever. Week's worth of muscle relaxers at bedtime. Okay? Did that. Didn't help. Second week goes by. It starts getting worse. And now it's traveling down my shoulder into my arm. And it literally stops right here. And it's not a constant pain. And then it feels like my shoulder is on fire. Like it hurts. Not in a intense way, but it's just like, and it's not sore. It's like a constant throb. Like when you put your hands by the fire and they warm up, kind of like that. Went to my doctor, was sitting there for like 3 hours. It's 5 something in the afternoon. I'm like, look, what's going on? Oh, well, we're backed up. Okay, I have to get home. I have stuff to do. I can't be sitting here. How long? Oh, you have 2 more people ahead of you. Well, it's 5 o'clock at night, and I know you guys don't leave until everybody's seen, but I'm not going to sit here for another 2 hours when I've been here since 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and my appointment was at 3. So then she looks in the system, and she's like, oh, well, you never got your blood work done, and da-da-da-da. So she can't even do a follow-up for you. I said, excuse me, this is not a follow-up for that. This is a appointment for this, and told her what was going on. She's like, oh, well, she's not going to see you anyway because you haven't gotten your blood work yet. I said, well, I would. Problem is, the lab is only open until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I work, and I can't get there. And when I do get there, which I went this past Saturday, and it was 7 o'clock in the morning, and there was like 25 people there. And I had to go to work in like 3 hours. So I said, I'll do it on my day off next Saturday, this coming Saturday. Anyway, so that's the other reason why I haven't been online, is because I have been dealing with this arm pain, shoulder pain, neck pain. So I was really feeling really crappy at that point. Anyway, so let's get on to knitting. What have I been knitting? Still working on. Hold on, I'm going to take a drink of tea. Has anybody else noticed, or maybe it's me, I know my milk is not bad. I'm drinking tea, and I put oat milk in it, and it gets that weird, I don't know if you could see. Oh, I just spilled it, and there was my yarn. Hold on. Never mind, I'm not even going to try to attempt to show you. But it gets that weird, like, it breaks, I guess you could call it. It breaks up. It doesn't taste funny. It only does it when I do oat milk and tea. Sometimes it'll do it in the coffee. I think it has something to do with the heat, even though this is specifically barista oat milk. Khalifa barista bread, barista style oat milk. Anyway, I've been talking for 8 minutes, and I still haven't gotten to what I'm supposed to be getting to. Oh, and I've been dealing with my puppy, trying to get him crate trained. He does really well. He's doing really well. Trying to get him to not chew. I mean, he's not chewing on everything, but he seems to like to bring you shoes, and if he doesn't bring it to you, he steals it. So I've been dealing with that too. Trying to keep my house from becoming a wreck. Anyway, what have I been working on? I finished 1 pair of socks, which I cannot show you because I've worn them, but I will insert a picture because I took a picture. So I will try to insert the picture. The other thing I'm working on, okay, so I finished 1 sock of this one. Every time I felt a little bit better, I would do a little bit of the sock. So I finished 1. And I'm working on the second one, and then I finished 1 of my wool socks, my natural wool. So it's Jacob. I believe it's all Jacob. I know this is Jacob. I know this is Jacob. I think this is Blueface Lester. Yeah, I think this is Jacob and this is Jacob. And this is Blueface Lester, but it's still from, it's from, oh my God, what brand is it from? WYS. What the heck? I forgot the name of it. Hold on, because now I'm going to have to look. It's from YWS. West Yorkshire Spinners. Or West Yorkshire Spinners. I'm pretty sure it's West Yorkshire Spinners. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I am not British. I do not know how to pronounce Yorkshire. I'm pretty sure Yorkshire? Yorkshire. Anyway, that's the yarn. I'm using up yarn knit from Christmas time when I knit everybody bed socks. I have this much left of the brown. So I did my cuff, a little leg, heel, 6 inches a foot. I did 7.5 inches in the orange because I knew I wasn't going to have enough for a whole toe if I wanted to do 2 socks. And then I found the green color. I guess, yeah, it's like a green. It's like a earthy green in the toe. So then what I decided to do, because I knew I wasn't going to have enough in the brown. So my other one, I did cuff, leg, and I swapped it out because I knew I'm not going to have enough for a heel and toe, or a heel and a stripe in this one. So what I'm going to do is, this is obviously not going to get me the 6 inches. It may, I doubt that it will. So they are literally scrappy socks. I'm going to use this up, and then I'm going to do a stripe in the green, because I'm going to do the opposite of what I did. The stripe may be a little bit bigger until I get to my needed size. And then I will, because I have a lot of this, because I think I don't know where I used that on. But, and then I'll do my toe in this. No, I'm lying. I'm going to do a stripe in the green and hope that, and then, so I get to whatever size I need to get to. And then I'll do my toe in the orange. So that way, it's the opposite of the other sock. So I can say, yes, they are scrappy socks. Yes, they are scrappy socks. I'm still working on my sweater. I haven't touched it. Why? Because my shoulder. So it's just socks and my sweater I'm working on at the moment. But I have yet another project planned. And I will show you what I'm talking about in a minute. I forgot the pattern. Oh, I keep dropping my needles. Give me 1 second. Where'd it go? It went somewhere. Okay. Give me 1 second. 1 second, 1 second. All right. Now, sorry about that. let me show you my acquisitions and what I plan on making with it. Okay, so I saw on YouTube, I follow Lion Brand Yarn. I saw on YouTube, they did like a little review type thing for Fox Mo, which is Fox Mohair. And when I tell you, this yarn is so soft. It's even softer compared to, I use Hobie Diablo, which is like a mohair acrylic blend. And I thought that's pretty soft. I've used it in a couple sweaters. I've used it in my cardigan here, and it's soft. But this is like, oh my God, this is like super soft, not itchy at all. And of course, my dog has a thing for yarn, which we have to break him out of that. But I had bought 4 balls of this yarn, right? So he got a ball and he tangled it all up. Now you see how thin this is, and if it's like mohair, so you know it sticks to itself. So the ball, I was able to salvage the ball and only lose maybe about that much yarn, just bits, where I had to, I guess where he had it in his mouth and it broke the yarn, where as I was rounding it into a ball, it broke. So I'd have to tie together, then I'd clip the little ends off, which I don't think at the end of the day it will matter. But I was able to save the ball and maybe get, I'm going to say, when you like, say you, when you sew in your ends and then you clip like the excess, it equaled about that much. If you went by length, which I wasn't upset about. But when I saw what he had done to the yarn, I was like, oh my God, you got to go back. I'm done with this. Like, this is not the first, because he got some of yarn down the basement that I actually had to throw out that was mohair that was given to me. It was silk mohair from Drops. And it wasn't the greatest color. It was like a dirt color. And I had used one in something else and I actually didn't like it. Not the yarn itself, but the color. So I had another ball, and then he had somehow gotten one of my Diablo yarns, but I had so many of that same color that at the end of the day, I just chucked it, because I was like, I am not going to sit here and try to unravel this. Because my husband wanted to put him down in our basement, because he put him down the basement. And my yarn is down the basement. He put him down the basement because his mom and her husband came, and he was so hyper because he likes people. She kind of got a little bit afraid. And instead of putting him in the backyard, he put him in the basement. I don't know. Because we didn't have the cage yet. And, you know, my husband was like, oh, well, you know, it's your yard. But he hasn't touched any yarn since. He did, however, get my millward. Actually, I can't even say if it was him because the teeth marks are smaller. I think it was my cat. Anyway, he had gotten, I have my miter square blanket, and it's sitting in my living room on the floor in a basket by the couch. And I noticed when I went to go pick it up the other day that the tip was a little bit chewed. Not badly, but like there's teeth marks, like somebody went halfway up the needle, but towards the, you know, where it tapers, it bent it a little bit, and it was only one needle, and I'm like, did you do this? But then I'm looking, I'm like, no, because if he did this, they would be destroyed. Because, and I'll give you an example. Can you see? The teeth marks are definitely different. So I think it was my cat. Because my cat likes plastic. She likes to chew and play with plastic. Anyway. And I was really upset about that because obviously they're vintage. And I can't find a replacement for them for that size. But they're usable. I can still use them. Eventually, I guess in time, as they rub together, because they're plastic. as the sizes got bigger, they turn to plastic. It'll wear itself down, I guess. It'll be a memory to say my something animal, whatever. Like, if I can't resell them, obviously, if I ever chose to downgrade my needle collection, which is starting to become a little crazy. But I digress. So I had 4 of these. I still have 4 of these. 4 of them are in skeins. I have 3 and 1 in a ball. That's my stock jar. So I had bought 3 and then 1's in a ball over there. Before I actually put it in the ball, though, I was like, oh, I'm going to order more. I like it. So I had ordered, so this color is called Peach. This is like it's not peach, like orangey peach. I don't know if you can see. It's more of like a blush color to me. It's more like a blush. You can't really see well. The lighting is horrible. But it's more like a blush color. And it's very pretty. And then I decided I was going to order a natural color. So this color is called Natural. Natural Ecru. It says Natural Ecru on there. So I don't know if it's natural or Natural Ecru, but it's like a creamy color. So I thought those two would look nice together. I'm not going to open it because I'm actually kind of afraid that, like, animals. But I thought those two would look really nice together, and they do. You can't tell. Here, let's see. My lighting is really horrible. And I'm planning on making, possibly, I actually want to say something. $700. So if I double this, let's see. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. Three, 6, 9. Okay. Possibly. Is this a one? I just realized something. Hold on. It's a size. Okay. I'm going to make, it's backwards here, but it's the Malpset sweater by Serene L. Serene. I'm looking at it. And I'm going, it says size small, 36, 38. And I'm realizing, is this going to fit me? I'm going to have to look this up real quick and see what the notes were. Because it may not fit. So I'm not quite sure. I may just use this to, but this is what I was going to make with that. And then, okay, so that's what I was going to make with that. For the summertime, possibly. I might actually just make this one I'm making in a smaller size. Using this yarn. So, on to different things, because I'm rambling. Okay, so on to other things I have acquired in since. Okay, so I love Knit Pro double pointed needles. I have, and I say Knit Pro because I have the UK version, the colored ones with the silver tips and DPNs, and I have 2 sets of the straights, and I just have too many needles. I am in needle. We've decided, me and my coworker, when I was talking to her yesterday, we've decided I'm a knitting needle collector. I told my kids, I'm pretty sure I've told you, I've said this before. I told my kids, if God forbid something ever happens to me and I pass away, please sell all my knitting needles on eBay. But make sure you get a good price for them, because the vintage needles are worth money. Or please learn to knit. Anyway, which both my kids can knit. They just kind of like, maybe they'll get into it later on in life. But, so Knitter's Pride has the Mindful collection. And I was looking, and it's been around for a while. And I didn't know that. I thought, it was only in sets. Like the sets of the DPN and all the sizes. The sets of the maybe 10-inch needles. But I found a seller on Etsy that they do come, in singles. Singles meaning singles. So like, this is a 2.5. And this is the needle. And this one says love. Where's it at? Where's it at? It says love. Can you see it? Okay. So, and it's not, the Mindful collection. It's, to me, I'm like, okay, it's a marketing ploy. They're just double pointed needles. It's just kind of a way, some of us knit to meditate and knit to clear our minds and when we want to think and all that. It's a really great idea and I love it. But again, I only thought I can get them in sets and they're pretty expensive. And they do have like a whole collection. So I found it and I ordered to try them out. Because I was like, oh, Knitter's Pride, if they're anything like the Knitter's Pro, the tips are going to be a little bit flat. So I got this. And this one says, these are 2.25. And these ones say, what do you say? What do you say? You say something. What do you say? Come. So these ones say come. I actually want to buy the whole dang on set now because I like these. But I like my Chow Goose too. I like all my DPNs. I have an issue. I feel like my DPNs are kind of like for me, like shoes. Like, what am I in the mood to wear today? What shoes am I, what goes with my outfit, which sneakers. Or like, what color lipstick am I in the mood to wear today? Some of us do things depending on the mood we're in. What book am I in the mood to read today? What type of book? So I feel like my knitting needles, when I start a project, except for like sweaters and stuff like that, socks, are more of a what needle am I in the mood to knit with? What is going to make me want to knit these socks? So I got these in the mail the other day on Saturday. And actually, they're in the other room. But for these socks, I was using my Drops Pro Classics, which I love. I would say that they're very similar, but the finish is a little bit different. I want to say that, let me go get them. Hold on, so I can kind of give you an accurate comparison. Okay. So this is my Knitter's Pride. So Knitter's Pride is the US version of Knit Pro. And this is my drops. Just by the light hitting it, you can see the difference. This is shinier and slicker. And this has a more matte finish. See, just you can tell the difference. But besides that, if you look, they're almost the same. The tips are very similar. They're actually very, they're not blunt, but they're not super sharp. But you can definitely tell the difference between them by the light hitting them. This one's shiny and slicker, and this one has more of a stick, like smoother finish, where my yarn does not slide off as easy. I like my drops. I'm not saying I don't, but I think I like because Chalgoos are the same. They're not as slippy. So would I use my drops more often? Probably not. For the fact that they're, even with sticky yarn like this, natural wool, I kept dropping stitches. So I went and I bought a 10-inch circular to see if I would like 10-inch better than the 9-inch, which it's an inch difference, but it might make a difference in the mindful. And I think I bought another 2.5. I don't know why I would have bought another 2.5. Oh, I know why. I think it was because I have the 2.25 and then 10-inch. Then I bought a set of cubics in 2.5 to see if I would like those too. And I also bought the Mindful Collection, a row counter, stitch markers, and I think that's it. But I'm waiting for that order because I decided, you know what? Why am I about to put that in there? I like them. Will I buy a whole set? Probably not, because I don't need no more pointed needles. I really don't. Like, I have more needles than I have crochet hooks. And my husband thinks I'm crazy. So we've decided that I'm a needle collector. Anyway, I've gone on for almost a half hour, over a half hour. So I'm going to continue on. What am I reading? So I was in Target the other day and I saw this. And this book cover just caught my eye. The book is upstairs itself, but I always take my cover off. And it's a YA. It's a Reese, which I didn't even know until I saw that. And I thought I have her app, but didn't know. It's by Dana Schwartz. It's Anatomy, a Love Story. A fast-paced and utterly engrossing tale of mystery. This is what caught my eye. Because I even was like, oh, okay. I was in Target on my library app. And like, can I get this book? Can I read it instead of having to buy it? And then I was like, oh, there's like a 16-week wait list. And if I see something that catches my eye, I want it right now. Then I went on Amazon. I'm like, can I get the Kindle version? And the physical version was actually cheaper in Target. So I bought it. Anyway, a fast-paced, utterly engrossing tale of mystery, romance, and cadavers. That's the line that caught me. And then it's Maureen Johnson said, I still can't speak. Diabolically delightful. A love story, a murder mystery, and a horror novel bound together in ghoulish stitches. So then the inside cover says, a gothic tale full of mystery and romance. I love me a gothic tale. You don't even know. Like, I love Jane Eyre. I love a gothic mystery. A little romance thrown in. Hazel Sinnott is a lady who wants to be a surgeon more than she wants to marry. Jack Kerr is a resurrection man who's just trying to survive in a city where it is too easy to die. I didn't even continue reading. I was like, yep, that book is mine. And I love how the dress is a heart. A human heart. I love this. So, like, right now, for example, I'm watching Murdoch Mysteries on Amazon. And I was like, oh, no, yeah, this has got to be right. So I'm upstairs reading it. I'm about a quarter of the way through. I'm loving it. I probably should read a little bit more. But I'm taking my time with it. Okay. Sorry. I'm going to end it here. And I'm going to call it a done video. And I will see you guys. I'm going to say maybe in about 2 weeks. I'm going to see what I can get done. I'm going to try to do a video every 2 weeks. Because every day just does not work. I can't do a daily vlog. My life is not so interesting enough to do a daily vlog. So I'm going to say maybe every 2 weeks, maybe once a month. So we'll see how that works out. So I will talk to you guys at a later date. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, share, send me a comment. Let's have a conversation in the chat box, comment box, whatever you want to call it. My brain's foggy. And don't forget to check me out on social media. Instagram, Goyasno is my handle on Instagram. And I will see you guys later. All right, bye.